Indie Horror Junkies! Indie Horror Junkies!
Indie Horror Junkie!
Indie Horror Junkie!
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
Indie Horror Junkie.
We're a panic attack.
Indie Horror Junkies!
Indie Horror Junkies.
Indie Horror Junkies! Indie Horror Junkies!
It's the Indie Horror Junkie Podcast, your source for anything and everything indie horror. Here's your host, Otis B. Dreads. All right, it is 8 o'clock. Do you know where your indie horror is at? I brought back a classic. I've been changing it up a little bit, and I brought back the classic, you know.
Nice.
Welcome everyone. Episode 44, if memory serves. We're just trucking right along. The big 50 coming up very soon.
We're gonna have to have a little party or pop some champagne for the 50th.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I have to pop one of these mini Fireball bottles I have.
I don't know where you got those from.
Oh man. Again, the new issue of the Indie Horror Junkie magazine coming out July 13th.
Number 10.
See, the big 10, the big 50 coming up, man.
Milestones.
A bunch of milestones. We got of course, as we've mentioned before, the new and improved look of the IndieHorrorJunkie.com, which is where you can get said magazines, like the latest issue right here with that glorious cover.
Look at that.
These things are turning out amazing. And while you're there, I mean, let's not waste a trip. Why not get one of these
Grab that
bad boys? Look at that. And not the model, the T-shirts.
Right. Yeah, model's unavailable. The T-shirt is all we have to sell.
T-shirts are only $25 though. It's a much better deal. I'm way more expensive than that.
Oh man. I believe this is yet another first for tonight. And this is kind of segueing into Tampa Bay Screams because I know the Junkies are going to be out there. We have the creator, I guess, the organizer.
Organizer and owner.
Yeah, Andy Lalino, I believe is pronounce his name. And we have Miss Erin Brown, actress, director, writer, all kinds of things. You should see her IMDb. It's insane. And Mr. Victor Bonacore, we're going to get to all of them. He's actor, director, lots to talk about. And I think this is a first because this is as many people as we've had on at one time.
Good point. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, we're always having first. Amy, tell us about Tampa Bay Screams. The Junkies are going to be out there. With some of their swags, their new enamel pins.
Full enamel pens. We have our T-shirts, our magazines, we have our DVDs. Rick and myself will be out there just representing the brand and mingling with other filmmakers and artists, everybody who's representing the indie horror genre. So we're really excited about that. That's at the Pinellas Park Performing Arts Center this Friday and Saturday, 28th, 29th. You can go to tampabayscreams.com and get your tickets. They also have a film festival that's going to be going on that weekend. The Clock, written and directed by Rick Danford, and you might see somebody familiar in the film, is going to be playing Saturday at 1:30. So if you haven't checked out The Clock yet, I think this might be your last time to see it because it did get picked up for distribution by Baby Entertainment. Yay. So if you're in the area and you want to come watch it with us, we'll be in the film festival room for that. Aside from that, we're in pre-production for 2 indie horror junkie projects, 2 short films. We have the Nightmare Collection Volume 3 that we're going to be shooting this summer. And right after that, we're going to be shooting The Turning, which is our zombie horror film. And that's going to be included in the Nightmare Collection, part of the wraparound story. We also have submissions. Oh, look at that. Can't wait to work with that girl. Submissions are open for our Indie Horror Junkie Film Festival, which will be held again, the 2nd annual film festival at MegaCon Orlando next February. So hit up our website, indiehorrorjunkie.com. If you have an indie horror project, short or feature, get it in, submit it. It is a lot of fun. We were all there. We want to see everyone back again. We want to make it bigger, better. It was like a party. So you definitely want to come, even if you don't have a film, just come hang out with us. It's a great spot. It's a good time. They had over 200,000 people there last year. There's so much to do. Plan on coming for a few days. You can't get it done all in one day, but our focus here tonight is Tampa-based Scream. So we've got everybody on board to talk lots about that.
That's right. And we're going to bring them on right after this lovely little trailer. And you're really going to dig this.
Yes.
This has, to me, and let me know what you guys think. To me, it has a very trauma feel to it.
A lot of fun.
And it looks like a lot of fun. Check this out. We're going to come back with Victor, Erin, and Andy. Talk some Tampa Bay Screams.
End of men. Our apocalypse.
A new day is upon us, ladies.
Do nothing.
I want to kill Dirtbag Mike.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
But you gotta give up that pussy. I really love that punk boy pussy.
Motherfucker to Big Brother.
No, without a fight.
The most powerful weapon that you possess. Love? Hate?
Follow me.
All right.
I don't know what to say about that. Me and Rick switched places, and I literally had to close out of everything, and come back in and made it at the very end of the trailer. I'm pretty impressed. But welcome, Andy, Erin, Victor. Welcome to the Indie Horror Junkie podcast. Thank you guys for taking the time out and chatting with us. That was just an amazing. I don't know what was going on in that trailer. But I want to see more.
Lots of feet. Somebody's got a foot fetish. We're gonna get into
Somebody
that.
definitely
Someone.
has a
I
foot
wonder
fetish.
who. Just outing Bonacore off the bat.
Don't you dare kink shame me.
I think little things.
I would never.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, all for art.
No, it's fun. I haven't watched the trailer in a minute, and I was like, yeah, I forgot how good it is.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, you want to go around the room here and introduce everybody and let say a little bit about yourselves? We'll start with Andy.
Thank you, everybody. I am Andy L. from Tampa Bay Screams, the new owner-organizer, took over from Sean Donahue as of last year, and I'm happy to present the convention with now. Please realize that Sean is still very much a part of the convention. He's the previous owner. He's still kind of our mentor and advisor, and still our good friend. I just want to say a shout out to Sean, and hope everybody comes out for Tampa Bay Screams this weekend.
And you're also a filmmaker yourself, Andy. Don't cut yourself short there.
Yes, I've made short films, feature films, throughout my career. Also have had a career in the television industry. So yeah, I try to dabble in a little bit of everything, film festivals, events, film, television, whatever I can get my creative hands on.
I love it.
And Erin?
Howdy, everybody. I'm Erin Brown. Forgive me for the terrible framing here. I'm literally doing this on my phone.
That's okay.
Amateur hour. But yeah, actress, filmmaker, sometimes writer, Victor Bonacore's partner in crime, among other things. Not good at the introduction.
All good.
Yeah, I like when other people do it for me. So
right.
Like it. That was good.
Tell me all my accolades and whatnot.
Right. I'm Victor Bonacore, filmmaker, actor, I guess, editor. Pro wrestling filmer guy. Do a lot of weird shit and make a lot of weird movies.
Well, you're in the right spot. Welcome aboard.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Now, are you all from Florida? I mean, I'm not from Florida, but I mean, reside in Florida now or no?
I don't think any of us are from Florida. Well, I'm not. Victor's not.
I am the only one.
Wherever you go, there you are. I'm from Jersey originally, so.
Yeah, Erin's in Florida. I'm in Ohio, actually.
I got you. Yeah, I was born in New York.
Roundabout, where at in Ohio? I am also in the Buckeye State.
Oh, right on. Well, I was born in New York, but I'm out near Dayton, Ohio now.
That's funny. That's where I'm at.
No shit, really?
Gotta hook up.
There you go.
I actually live in Yellow. Yeah, that's crazy. I live in Yellow Spring. That's where I live.
I'm probably about 30 minutes from there.
Yeah, I'm actually in Dayton right now. I'm at my friend Mal's house, who actually did the effects on Thrust, and we're making buttons, DIY buttons. So I'm in Dayton at the moment.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah,
Very
we'll definitely have to hook up sometime. I don't even know where to start, but I guess we can just, let's start with Tampa Bay Screams, Andy. How long you been doing this? What got you into wanting to, do a festival? I know Rick has been in the festival circuit with his own, being involved in them for quite some time. What was it about the festivals that you wanted, made you want to do something like this? Because that seems like very tedious work.
Well, I've known Rick for a long time, since around 2000, 2001. We pretty much have been doing the same type of thing, although with different collectives, and sometimes we work together. But it's always been something that I've been interested in. As a filmmaker, we just kind of naturally embrace film festivals, get-togethers, film screenings. I did a event called the Screaming Cinema Series at the Tampa Picture Show, which I think Rick remembers from those years. And it's just very much a part of me, and kind of wanting to bring the films like Thrust to the fans, connect them in a live type of environment, where they can, where we can get together, network and talk and discuss film, and in a very old school way, despite all the digital technology that we have nowadays.
A very grassroots type approach which is almost how I picture indie filmmaking. It's almost like a grassroots approach.
Yeah, it is, especially Tampa Bay Screams, because it's not a big, huge convention like MegaCon or Spooky Empire, but it really is a grassroots cult movie convention, right here in our own area, and I think just that's what draws people in is the real fans. They just love these crazy kind of movies and want to have that experience for the weekend. And we hope to do more than one a year, and maybe some special standalone events. So I'll keep you posted on that as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be great, Andy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the size of Tampa Bay Screams, because you know what? It's fun to go to a big con, but it's also a lot of fun to have those more intimate conventions where you can really talk to everybody and network the whole weekend. I feel like that you get to know so many more people on a more personable level. So we're really excited to come just for that.
Well, thank you very much, Amy. Look forward to seeing you all there.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a great weekend.
Well, one of the things that we talked about, we haven't talked to you about yet, Andy, and it's obviously too short notice to do anything this year, but we'd love to try and partner up next year and maybe have an Indie Horror Junkies promoted after party for the guests and stuff like that to go to, because they do stuff like that over at MegaCon all the time, where they have these little special after parties and stuff for the celebrity guests, and they get to kind of get and unwind and chat amongst themselves. And we definitely like to get involved in something like that and help you guys put that together, give something extra for the attendees to do.
Sounds great.
It's awesome. Making moves.
Absolutely. Sarah, how did you get involved in Tampa Bay Screams, and how excited are you to be there and especially meet me this weekend?
I'm so excited. How did I get roped into this? I don't know. I think I can thank Victor for that one too.
You got voluntold.
It's kind of even like how I ended up in Florida. It's like, I don't know.
Where are you at in Florida, Erin? Where are you at in Florida?
What's up?
Where are you at in Florida?
Oh, I'm around Tampa.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Burbs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it seemed like the logical thing.
You can tell me this weekend.
Right?
We might be in the same area. I'm out here too. So.
Oh yeah. Whereabouts?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Hush hush. I don't need all the like a fan hiding naked in my bushes later.
I'll see you later.
My actual address is yeah. So I'm in the Tampa
I'm a little bit
area,
east of
so
Tampa,
it's
like 15 minutes east of Tampa.
Con.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm at the east side of Tampa, 15 minutes east side of Tampa.
Okay. Right on. I'm not great geographically with everything, just because
neither is
I'm a Jersey girl.
Either, so
yeah. So,
if I lose my GPS, I die.
St. Pete's a cool city. So when Victor was like, "Hey, you want to do this con coming up in a couple of months?" I met the dude. He's really cool, and I was like, "Sure, why not?"
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was,
how long have you been in the industry making indie films, making indie horror films specifically? How did you get started?
Me? I've just been doing it since I was a kid. I've been making little backyard movies since I was 11 years old with my siblings, and just carried that on forever. It's all I ever wanted to do. And, my sisters were my original Scream Queens. And then I moved on to college, and I, just always made movies and continued doing it. And turned 40 this year, and I'm still making low budget horror films or exploitation films or what have you.
Yeah,
So
we
I
can't
just
get away from it, right?
can't get away
Like,
from
what
it.
else are we gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I love it. I love everything about it, and I love, I don't want to say I love the struggles, but I think the struggles are kind of what shape your films and how you approach them. That's what I appreciate about places like Tampa Bay Screams, where it is kind of focused on more underground, more grassroots.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you kind of get lost in the shuffle at the bigger ones, and it's cool to have an outlet like that. And
I agree.
yeah. So I just always been doing it. Always had a love for it, and it's all I ever wanted to do.
And Erin, what about you? How'd you get into all this?
It's been so long, I can't recall. No, I don't know. Yeah, I started doing movies when I was 18. Was back then I was definitely started out doing a lot of like fetish stuff. It kind of evolved into a lot of softcore, Skinamax, late night kind of stuff. I was always fixated on being a scream queen and working in horror, and the two industries are practically identical anyway, right? There's a lot of like crossover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, I kind of just eventually gravitated over into it. Yeah, I'm not sure. So ultimately finally had some directors have enough faith in me to be like, oh, let's put her in a horror movie.
I was going to say it's probably the people that you met along the way, because usually one project leads to another project, leads to a new connection, leads to a new group of filmmakers, and your circle just starts to get bigger, and then you have all these different subcategories.
Yeah. And even some of the filmmakers that I was doing like the more like fetish, like softcore exploitation kind of stuff with, they were also wanting to do more horror. It's kind of like many of us like pigeonholed ourselves into the just kind of like sex selling kind of aspect of indie filmmaking. So yeah, it was several people that I was working with that were just kind of like moving more towards the general area of doing more horror.
I mean, it's a fun genre.
I love it.
One of the greatest.
I'm a lot like Victor as far as that goes, because I started like you did in my front yard with my sister and my friend, filming using my dad's camera and stuff. And it's just, I got bit by the bug right then and there. And I've been making films. I mean, to me, that's just being a part of it, creating something. And like I was telling Amy a little while back, even though I've made quite a few films already, I still to this day get goosebumps every time I'm watching like a good actor or actress reciting lines that I wrote, bringing a character that I brought to life. I'm saying, seeing them bring it to life on screen. That's just a special feeling. And knowing that film will outlive me, it'll always be there. You know what I'm saying? It's a wonderful deal. It really is.
The legacy.
Yeah, it's your legacy. Yeah, film is forever, right?
Absolutely.
So,
are you guys, is there anything in the pipeline right now? Are you guys working on projects together, projects separately? What do you guys have coming up? What's next?
I guess we're always kind of working on projects together, or a project, and always working separately, because I think we want to just be working mostly on the stuff that we want to do. I mean, I do. That's where my passion is, like we're writing a new script right now, and while still kind of, moving Thrust along. Thrust keeps kind of
of that one as well.
Yeah, it has this little life to it, and it keeps rolling. So while that keeps rolling, we're kind of putting the early stages of a new script together, and we made a new short film called Our Amityville Apocalypse, and that's actually premiering. It'll be the world premiere at Tampa Bay Screams, actually.
Excellent.
And
we'll have to get you guys got to submit to the Indie Horror Junkie Film Festival for MegaCon.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be awesome. Yeah, it was like
Drag Erin out since she's local.
she's right there. Yeah. You
Andy,
know,
you're stuck with us too.
Drag,
Everybody's
yeah,
coming.
He said drag.
part of the family.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, MegaCon is something unique if you've never been there. I mean, it'll be Amy, myself, probably Otis, and 250,000 of our closest friends. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
It's not just horror, it's pop culture, it's everything, anime. There's something for everybody.
A lot of Funko Pops.
Yeah, tons
Oh
of
my
vendors,
God.
tons of great food, but they are developing this horror aspect of it. And we've been so lucky to be a part of helping develop that. And the film festival, we just try to keep it as spooky and fun and horrific as possible. So we're hoping to go a little bigger this year and continue that with each year. But yeah, if you guys can come out, that'd be a lot of fun because it's like a Thursday through Sunday thing. So if you came for like a couple of days, it's worth the trip.
I'm down.
Everybody's
sounds good.
coming. We're rolling deep this year.
So, Andy, fill us in on what we can expect at Tampa Bay Screams 2.0 here.
Well, this edition is going to be very much like last year and the previous years, just because we wanted to kind of get our footing. It's basically a celebrity-driven type of convention. You know, obviously Erin will be there, Victor will be there. We also have Michelle Bauer, Scream Queen, who established herself in the 80s, with director Fred Olin Ray, who will also be there. So if you're looking for some great reunions, we've got Michelle, we've got Fred, we've got Denise Duff, who's a returning guest. Denise was in Trophy Heads with Michelle, and a movie called The Exorcists. So we've got some reunions there. We've also got Seth Sclary. Now, Seth played the great zombie Orville from Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Now, that movie was filmed in 1972, and it was filmed in Florida, down in South Florida in the Miami area. So Seth will be here. He's one of the greatest zombies of all time, in my opinion. I mean, the end of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things was just an unforgettable horror moment in a lot of our lives. You know, once you've seen the movie. We've also got Jeff Lieberman, who directed Squirm in 1976 and Blue Sunshine in 1977. Just a 1-2 punch of horror and science fiction, which are beloved by horror fans and science fiction fans. Just a great cult movie director. He also directed Just Before Dawn with George Kennedy and Satan's Little Helper. So Jeff Lieberman will be there, and familiar faces like Joel Wynkoop and Kathy Wynkoop, April Hunter. So it's going to be just a fantastic time.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I've been a fan of Tampa Bay Screams pretty much since their inception. I like it. I mean, like I said, I go to conventions all the time, and we do our big one over at MegaCon. But Tampa Bay Screams has always just been that little intimate encounter where you can go there and you can actually talk to the guests and have conversations and stuff and meet up with other filmmakers locally. I really, really enjoyed that aspect of it. So I'm really looking forward to this one and seeing what you do with it.
And you're going to have a lot of vendors there, right, Andy?
We are sold out. We're going to have a lot of vendors. It's going to be close quarters, but everybody get comfortable. So
they're used to that. They're used to cramming it.
They
are, yeah. If you talk to them, they're like, yeah, we're used to it. We don't care. Just give us a spot.
Oh yeah, they know the drill, and we call it the dealer's dungeon. It's going to be that's our vendor room, and we've got a film festival, which the clock is part of, and we've got a lot of other great films. Our Amityville Apocalypse, is like Victor said, is going to premiere there.
Now, what day and what time is that? If I can sneak over and catch some of it.
That's Friday night, right?
Okay.
I believe so, yes.
Cool.
And we've also got Blood, Guts, and Sunshine 2, which is going to be making its world premiere. Erin and Victor, if you've never heard of that project, it's about Florida filmmaking. And, perhaps Erin can be in part 3 when they make it.
Hey.
I have the first one. The first one was really good. I have the Blu-ray. Yeah.
And anybody watching that plans to be there this weekend, you can go to tampabayscreams.com and they have the schedule of the film festival listed there if you want to come check out some of these films.
So what time does everything get started? What time does everything get started? When does it end? Is there anything that anybody that's watching right now that's planning on coming out this weekend needs to know? Parking or anything like that? Give all the details here for us.
I do. It starts at 5 p.m. on Friday. It runs until 10 p.m. Now, Friday is if anybody has never gone to a convention at night, it's a great vibe on Friday night. There are a lot of Friday night fans who like to come out because it's nighttime. It's more of a horror time of day, with the darkness settling in and everything. So people have a lot of fun on Fridays. So parking is free. So it's a Friday, Saturday convention, not Sunday, Friday, Saturday, 28th and 29th. Saturday, it runs from noon until 5.
Perfect.
Yeah, I dig it. I like the no Sunday thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah. We were discussing that. I'm like, that's brilliant because
Yeah.
Sundays are everyone.
Sundays it dies off.
Exactly. And on a high note on Saturday, and
Yeah.
everyone's always hungover and broke on Sunday, and
Go to church on Sunday, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
Sunday
totally
it
agree.
definitely is a little bit of it's like a little bit of a ghost town, but it's still fun. Like if you're hanging out, it's just a different vibe. It's the energy isn't quite there, but you can still, hungover and mingle, whatever you got to do. But it's hard because then you got to pack everything up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Back to real life on Monday.
Checking out of your room, packing everything up into your car.
Yeah.
Trying to be present at the table. So yeah,
it's a lot to manage.
Like meet everybody. Yeah.
Now, when I was watching that trailer, I saw a couple of, well, at least one familiar face. Was that Linnea in the thrust?
Oh yeah. Linnea Quigley. Yeah, the queen.
Yeah, she's here in Florida as well too.
She's in California now.
Oh, she moved back to California?
Yeah, she's been in California for probably about 5 years now, something like that.
I guess I haven't kept in touch with her.
She got out of there.
Where did you guys film Thrust at? That was a really interesting location that you had. Was it a one location deal or?
Mostly all around Dayton, Ohio, like 90%, I'd say, Erin, right? Like
a
couple spots here and there.
You had shot in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
On a separate one-day shoot, and then everything else was around Dayton. And we lucked out with one particularly really cool location that was what is it called? Like airsoft?
Yeah.
Like one of those paintball type airsoft. I don't know. So it already came looking like the apocalypse, like a war zone.
Yeah, it was a great location. I was kind of just checking everything out. I was like, where is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in the factory section of Ohio, kind of this where there was I guess factories and stuff back there or
industrial kind of hood, kind of neighborhood.
Yeah. And there was just
when you find those locations when you're scouting, you're like, this is it. This is
I know. And that's how it was. I think Erin was making a cameo in a film that'll probably never come out. And we were there and I'm like, and this director is filming it at this beautiful location that ended up being Thrust World, and he's shooting in the corner of a building that you wouldn't even, it could have been in my basement.
Anywhere.
Yeah, and I'm like, look at this giant, gorgeous, apocalyptic, dystopian,
beautiful junkyard.
Yeah. And I'm like, we are gonna make a movie here. And then we did, and the owners were really cool, and they only used it once a week, and then they actually were getting rid of it. So we basically had run of this place, and
I think it's been bulldozed.
It's all gone now. It's completely bulldozed.
It's like a relic in the film because that location where almost all those exteriors, with the exception of a couple places, and it's gone.
And when did you guys film that?
2001 or 2000? 2001.
2001?
2021. Whoa.
That was 20 years ago?
Wow. Sorry.
The scary part is I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, 2021.
2021.
I mean, I have no perception of time. Also, particularly since I've moved to Florida, because there's no seasons and it's just always summer and So
Hey, we have our 2 weeks of winter.
Like, when'd you do that movie? I'm like, I don't know, a year ago, 5 years ago.
It is kind of hard actually now because we made that short Triangle 2020. I think we did Thrust 2021.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds. I mean,
Because-
is anyone gonna fact check us anyway? We'll go with 2021.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No worries. So, Victor,
man.
how's the indie film scene up there in Ohio?
You know, it's interesting. I like it here because it's a little cheaper to make a film, and businesses seem a lot more accepting to like filming at their locations, and I don't know. There is a lot of filmmakers
here.
here.
Little community.
It is.
And I
It is
say
supportive.
it's cool because of him. Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, there's a fair share of filmmakers in Dayton, Cincinnati, Columbus area, but like, yeah, we're just trying to do our thing and keep going. And I've met a lot of great people here that are in my films. Yeah, most of the people, not most, but a lot of the people in Thrust are Dayton, Ohio based, or around this area, makeup artists, musicians, and actors and wrestlers. And so I want to use the shit out of this place and use every inch of it I can. It's kind of an untapped area, I think, too. Deadbeat at Dawn was made here in the 80s. And but that's like the Dayton, Ohio movie, I guess, right? So we're trying to, I don't want to say leave our mark. That sounds so silly, but like, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, we're just trying to do our thing.
Leave our stain.
Yeah, leave our shit stain. Yeah.
Wow.
To have access to that film community there. And Erin, if you ever want to get introduced to more people in Florida, we can chat, because between Tampa and Orlando, there's so much going on with indie film.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
there's
right on.
so much going on, so many opportunities.
And another thing too, I do a lot of our marketing with a guy who runs a company called Marketing Macabre, and his name is Michael Joy. He partnered up with another filmmaker named Mario Cerrito. I'm not sure if you've heard of him, but they're actually doing a big thing. I'm not sure if it's starting this year or they're getting it in 2025. That's going to be held in Pennsylvania, called Fear Village, and it's basically going to be just an entire year-round horror convention. I don't know if it's a convention. It's more like an amusement area where they're going to have all kinds of, kind of like that. Yeah, they actually have like an old, I guess it's an old mall or something like that they've gutted and they're reformatting it and everything. But check it out. It's called Fear Village in Pennsylvania, so it should be out there near you.
Sweet.
Now, what about you, Andy? Were you ever going to dabble back in any kind of filmmaking? I know your main focus right now is the convention and, keeping that up and running and growing that. Have you thought about, have you been inspired? Are you having little stories in the back of your mind that you're dying to write and film? Or is that kind of, something that you did and now you're moving on to the convention and the networking aspects?
Oh, I always want to do cinematic projects. I've got a feature-length script for Filthy written. Filthy is a short film that we did filmed it back in 2002. Amy's got a copy of it right there on DVD. Came out in 2004. So it's kind of like a short film cult classic. It's very disturbing, disgusting. A lot of people walk out on it. It
has an undertone of comedy, though, if you really pay attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It's humorous at times, but it kind of flips back and forth to humor and terror, and in a interesting way. I think I was kind of surprised when I saw the final movie, and we kind of put everything together, and it really worked, I thought. But we also worked with Herschel Gordon-Lewis on the Uh-Oh Show in 2012. That was Herschel's last horror movie. We were very lucky to have an opportunity to work with him. And then we did a movie called Brainjacked in 2010, which was a horror sci-fi thriller. And, kind of like Erin and Victor's Thrust, it was filmed kind of like in the downtown areas of St. Petersburg. Very much in the vein of Thrust. Maybe not as outrageous, but I haven't seen Thrust in its entirety, but judging from the trailer, which I love, and I remember when Victor sent me the trailer, and I just want to say real quick that I'm so happy to have Erin and Victor as guests. When Sean Donahue introduced the idea to me, I was like, Sean, are you kidding? I didn't really believe him at first, and then
so
he said, "Oh, yeah." I said,
"Getting catfished."
He said, "Oh yeah, I'll put you in touch with Victor, and we'll see if you can get something going." And I'm so glad he did, because very fortuitous, very happy to have them part of the show. I'm personally a big fan of Erin's. I remember when she did Masters of Horror, and to learn about all this work that she did, the Thrust and our Amityville Apocalypse was so thrilling. It's like, oh, she's here, she's back, she's even better than ever. So it was a big personal.
She's back, baby.
Revelation.
I didn't go anywhere.
I admit, Erin, that I lost contact with your fandom for a little while, but I'm glad I'm back.
Oh, yeah. That's partly by design, that like my career is kind of ebbed and flowed in a way that like I'm just very reclusive, and I don't know, it's like I've taken like sabbatical several times throughout the years, but never like really intending to stop doing films. It's like, life happens, you get caught up in other kind of stuff, but I was still kind of always doing stuff. Never really had any intention. Like I was saying earlier, it's like, what else would I do? Like, because I started working in film when I was 18, it's like, I'm really not sure what else I would do with myself if I wasn't still working in indie film. So
it sounds like you found your balance.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's a nice way of putting it.
Found your balance, which is very important. So good for you.
But I don't like put myself out there insofar as like, when people are like, oh, do you want to read for this part? Typically it's like somebody has to know me personally or know somebody that knows me, in order for me to like work with certain, with people on like new projects. There
has to be that element of
the
trust
way that I've
involved.
navigated it over like the past, maybe 10 or 12 years, or like since I stopped having management or anybody kind of managing my career. So now it's just like, either like I already know you and we've worked together, or I know someone that knows you that vouches for you, kind of thing.
Exactly. Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sort of.
Don't be surprised if the Junkies are calling, because now that I know you're local, you can't hide.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna hide from you, Amy.
No.
I'm gonna find you this weekend. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not.
Yeah, but don't take it personally, because I hide from everybody.
No. That's cool. But even Andy, whenever you're ready to spread your wings and fly on these features, Rick and I are around, so let us know how we can help you. And Victor and Erin, when you guys want to start promoting some of these films, the Amityville Apocalypse, let us know when you want to promote that. We'll throw it in the magazine.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It's actually part of a anthology. Donald Farmer, who's been making movies for forever, is doing like
I actually did do a movie with him in the year 2000, and he was
that's
doing
wild.
way before that.
Yeah. So Erin had worked with him and Tina Kraus, who's also in Amityville Apocalypse. They were in a movie together by Donald, over 20 years ago.
Years ago.
Yeah. And then he was doing a new anthology called Amityville Aliens, and he has 6 different directors doing shorts. So that's where our Amity Apocalypse is coming out on Blu-ray later this year. But this is, he's allowing us to take it on the road and do screenings of it and stuff. So, yeah.
Is Thrust complete now? Is it ready to screen, or?
Oh, Thrust has been out on Blu-ray. It's screened all over the country. Yeah, it actually played in Tampa. It had its at the Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival a couple years ago. Yeah. They put us on the last day, the last time.
On that Sunday. Yeah, Rick and I Rick and I attend that annually, so that's crazy.
We had fun. We saw some good indie stuff, and we didn't know anybody really, so we just watched a lot of movies, and then we had a decent little turnout for our thing, and it was fun. We were nominated for like 4 things. We didn't win anything, but we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, TBA was a fun festival because you have, your screen time with all the films, but they do a really good job of having these networking events each night after they screen. And I mean, that's actually where I met Rick. I met Rick at the Tampa Bay Underground Film Festival a while back, and you just never know who you're going to meet. I always say just get out there, network, because you're always going to make one good contact, and you never know where it's going to take you. But they do an awesome job of scheduling after parties and events, and I always really enjoy that festival.
Yeah, it was super fun. It was a super glad we premiered it there. But yep, you could. Sorry,
I completely forgot about that.
I was going to say, are you going to have copies of Thrust there at Tampa Bay Screams?
So the funny thing about that is Thrust is sold out on Blu-ray now. It was put out by Culture Shock on Vinegar Syndrome, but they are repressing it. But we do have VHS left. Lunch Meat VHS is a really rad company. They do like limited VHS runs of films. They put out a run of 50, and we have 5 left that we'll have at the show. So that's it. And then we have like posters and 8x10s of Erin and stuff like that. But Erin will have like other movies. But Thrust, we're at the, we're down to slim pickings with it. So come get the last few that we have.
Very cool. Well, Indie Horror Junkie will definitely be there. We'll have our DVDs, our magazines, our enamel pins, our T-shirts. So we'll be there in force, and we'll definitely swing by and see you guys, because I've got DVDs I need autographed by Erin and stuff like that, and I'll probably pick up some more as well. So we'll definitely make sure of that. Now this is a really kind of a weird question, but do you have anything unique that you either create or have for sale? And the reason I ask this is because a couple of the things that I've seen in Tampa Bay Screamers in the past, like Lisa Wilcox, who was in Nightmare on Elm Street, she made these little nunchucks that have like a little magnet that I've got hanging somewhere over here that's got her name in there and the name of the film and everything. And it seems like everybody that I've gone to, sometimes they have these little unique, weird little things that you would only find or only get at a convention like that or something. And I thought that was kind of cool.
We have the Scary Mary comic that Erin.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
Yeah, so
a lot of times those like cool kind of things we end up keeping for ourselves. And like we had those like pretty badass little like bookend things. We only had maybe like 10 or 15 made, and then we had such a big cast that we ended up just like giving it to all of our friends and people that were in the movie and worked on the movie. But it is a good thought.
Yeah, I know. Do something.
You were making buttons, Victor. Is that for the convention this weekend?
What did you say?
You said you were making buttons. Is that for the con this weekend?
Actually, no. I made stickers for the convention. The buttons were for me and my friend Mal do a cult movie night once a month in Dayton, and that's what we're making pins for.
Nice.
But I should make more pins for Thrust. But we will have stickers, and I made brand new stickers. So yeah, those things that Erin was talking about were like kind of video store standee things. They were like these really rad things of Erin and her co-star Allison Egan, kind of like, back to back with their weapons. And we did sell like out of them at the premiere, and then we made another batch that we just gave to our friends, like she said. And but that would be a rad thing to bring, because people dug that. It was different. And but yeah, we'll have the comic book.
I will definitely buy a comic book for sure. What is that comic book? Is it like just a standalone thing, or is that like some kind of a movie tie-in or something like that?
Yeah, it's her character. One of her characters in Thrust is Scary Mary, kind of this like crazy horror host director that lives in an abandoned movie theater, and yeah, it's about her character. There's a comic book company in Dayton called Blood Screen Comics, and they wanted to do a comic based on one of the characters, and Scary Mary's one of the favorites, and it's really rad. It's like beautiful artwork, and it's old school. It's independent. Yeah, it's awesome. And Erin wrote the dialogue for it, actually, for her character.
I can't wait to check that out. That sounds really cool.
I will get one for sure when I'm there.
Yep, Marcus.
Hell yeah.
Too.
All right.
No, Andy, as far as tickets go, can you get them online and at the door?
You can get them online and at the door. It's going to be cheaper online, and there's only a few more hours left to get them online. And you can only get weekend passes for Friday and Saturday online, or else you'd have to pay if you want to go both days. You have to pay for each individual day. So I definitely recommend people get the weekend passes. Plus, you'll be eligible to be in our contest where you can spin this giant wheel. You all might remember from the Uh-Oh show. It's a giant game show wheel, 7 feet tall. Eligible entrants will get the chance to spin it, see if they win a prize. You could win tickets to Ancient Aliens Live, or Old Gods of Appalachia, Unhallowed Grounds. These are live podcast shows, so a lot of people are fans of those programs. And also at Charlie's Collectors Con, tickets will be given away as well.
So fun. I love that. I can't wait to see this thing. Is it like tabletop? Is it massive? How big is this?
7 feet tall, they said.
7 feet tall.
Oh.
Solid.
Can I spin it for fun?
Solid wood, solid as a rock.
We need to do something like that for Indie Horror Junkie. I'm telling you right now, the Wheel of Death. Let's do it.
It's a great prop. You'll get to
that is really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else we can expect that maybe we don't hear about on the website or anything like that any guests that are looking to attend might look out for?
We're gonna have just a great vendor room. We've got great celebrities like Erin and Victor. Just a lot of fellowship, just like the fans are used to. We're going to be trying new ideas out over time. Maybe not necessarily at this particular festival, but it'll still be a lot of fun and unpredictable. I think the contests are going to be a lot of fun with spinning of the wheel and everything. And our film festival with all the filmmakers, they're going to be bringing their friends. You get to meet them. And the parking is free. It's just going to be a lot of fun for everybody. So I encourage all horror fans. It's a do not miss event. I mean, if you're a horror fan in the Tampa Bay area, Lakeland, Sarasota, Bradenton, Brandon, come on out, because you just don't want to miss this type of event. It's a great place to network. It's a lot of fun. It's like horror paradise for 2 days.
Yeah, it's such a great spot on the west coast of Florida. So it's you picked a great area. Now I have a random question. This is also personal because I just love to eat. Are there any like food trucks or vendors there when people are inside, anywhere to get food or drinks? Are people allowed to bring food and drinks just in case anybody's watching so that they know what to expect food and beverage wise?
There will be some vendors there that will be selling food, more dessert type of fare, but
like baked goods.
Yeah, there'll be those kind of offerings. If vendors want to bring their own, food just to kind of get them through the night, that's always a good idea. We're hoping to have some food sources. I can't reveal that information right now, but you just wait and see and come out, and regardless, it'll be a great time.
Soylent Green is people. Some food sources.
Lots of wafers, right?
There's food, I'll find it.
The stuff.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Andy's keeping the food on lock.
We can put the stuff on the Soylent
Killer tomatoes.
Yeah. I will definitely find the baked goods. Whoever's selling those, make sure that you find the Indie Horror Junkie
baked goods.
and tell me where you're at. No, because there's, especially locally, like I see it at Spookala, Spooky Empire, Phantasm. People will make these like gorgeous baked horror themed like cookies and brownies, and they're amazing. They're so, I just beeline for those. I don't know what my problem is, but they're just cool, and they're like bloodied up and
like real artistry, and they taste good.
Exactly. Yeah. And they're usually like really like wholesome ingredients. I think they're great. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Cupcakes. I've seen it all. Like that's kind of a new phenomenon in the horror world.
Find it.
The killer cupcakes. I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh my
and they also have the coffee, the little shop of what is it? Little coffee shop of horror.
Coffee shop of horrors. Yeah.
Yeah. We had them over there at Tampa Picture Show for one of our events, and some of their coffee is so good. But they have the unique packaging of all the different zombies and different things like that. It's really cool. All right. All right. We're getting run down here in time here. So is there any last second thoughts? Erin, do you want to tell anybody what they can expect from your table or your appearance there? Are you going to be there both Friday and Saturday or just one day?
I'll be there. Come find out.
All right. There you go. I like it. And Victor, you're coming too, right?
You know?
Yeah,
Victor, you're coming too, right?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Friday. I'll be there Friday and Saturday. I'm flying down Friday morning, and I'm stoked to be back in St. Pete. I got a direct flight from Dayton to St. Pete for $120 round trip.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Damn, I'm
Very
good at
nice.
that. You know, we've got to search in that incognito mode.
Yeah.
And real
It's
quick,
not meant just for porn. It's meant for searching for flights.
Oh, thank Christ.
We'll start
Okay.
with you. Where can we find you? Where can the audience find you on socials, where they can check out your stuff, your website? Go ahead and just plug yourself so people can connect.
Actually, just like Facebook and Instagram, I don't have all the stuff. On Instagram, I'm Video Bonacore, and Facebook, just Victor Bonacore. And that's it. Pretty basic, but I'm out there, you know.
Yeah, you've got a
Yeah.
cool link tree. I checked it out. That's actually where I found the trailer for hello, gosh. Help me out.
Trust?
Yeah, Thrust. Sorry. That's where I found the trailer because, you know, we do our research for the show. So I'm like pinging around. What can I watch? I'm like, oh, here's Thrust.
Hell
So
yeah.
link tree looks great. If you guys want to head over to his Instagram, you can find his link tree. You can watch his trailer for that. Check out what he's got going on. What about you, Erin?
What about me?
You have an Instagram because I tagged you
I know.
today. Where can
No,
people find you?
I wasn't being hyperbolic when I said that I'm literally like a feral cat. You won't even see me. I'm not on any social media.
I
So
love
yeah, when I was saying I'm like reclusive and you literally have to like know me for me to be in your film. Or even to
So
gaze
it's
upon me. So
yeah, so it's very
fair enough. I have no idea who I tagged today, but just ignore that and
oh yeah. There's a lot of those weird things. I'll get like a you know, someone will be like, "Did everyone just start a Twitter?" I'm like, "No." That's some weirdo in his basement
I
somewhere.
will say I'm a
But
little jealous of the incognito.
I mean, that had been happening for decades anyway, which is maybe like, you know, part of the catalyst of what like turned me off to it so long ago. Of like, yeah.
even more reason to come out and meet you know, come see Erin because it's
You want to see her, you
yeah.
gotta see her in the flesh.
I like it. Andy, how about you in Tampa Bay Screams?
You can find us at real simple, tampabayscreams.com. And we're on all the platforms. We're on X, we're on Instagram and Facebook.
And you guys have awesome coverage on your Facebook and Instagram with everything going on for this festival. You guys are so active with your content. I mean, there's stuff like all day, every day popping up. I feel like, and it's great because it just makes me more excited for this weekend because I feel like I know what's going on. So definitely head over and check out Victor's stuff, check out Andy's stuff, tampabayscreams.com, and come out this weekend if you're in the Tampa area, St. Pete, Clearwater area. It's going to be a great time.
See you there.
Thank you guys so much for being on, and we really appreciate it. We can't wait to see you this weekend, okay?
My pleasure. See you there.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Ciao.
Thank you, Indie Hard Junkie.
Bye-bye.